All right, so I'm just doing a small clip. Changing out, well, not changing the dashboard, sorry, taking the dashboard out so that we can replace front speakers. Not only is the dash bone, but so are the speakers. All right, now let's try to not lose another screw. I already lost one of those screws. Went blink, blink, blink all the way down the defrost vent. So now we're gonna have to chase that down later. But I'll get this one out without it falling. Let's see if this is magnetic enough, because I can't quite get my fingers in there. Oh, the joys of working on old vehicles. Sometimes things are a little bit brittle and tight, and things don't always come the way they want to. Okay, I think this is gonna be a longer video than I anticipated, just because it's taken a while to get said screw out. It's caught right in that. There we go. There we go. All right, safely extracted. Yay! We're gonna attempt to pull this out and try to record at the same time. So we'll see, but if it gets too hairy, I may have to stop recording and use two hands.
Did it just slide forward?
Feels like. Yeah. Okay, so
there we go.
Kind of just gently. Yeah, you never like to hear that pop sound initially, because it's like, there's this. You said that speaker, that one doesn't have to come out.
That's what the thing said. I mean, what did we say?
Yeah, it looks like it's moving from there, so it's just. It's like delicate surgery. There we go. Okay. Well, while we're at this, if anybody watching this video knows where to find a blue dashboard for a 88 Country Squire, other years may apply, but I'm not sure what years. I think it's just tight. Okay, yeah, pull your side kind of out that way, and then kind of, okay, now kind of go a little bit towards you with it while I come over the steering wheel. All right, watch this insulation right there. Oh, okay, your insulation's stuck there. Can you grab that insulation? Or you've got it. Okay, you got the thing. I'll grab. There we go. All right.
Here,
now
can you grab it and back out?
We can see the dashboard.
I'm surprised it did not fall apart taking it off.
Hey. All right. So, yes, again, if anybody knows where to find a dashboard, I'm sure Timothy would be definitely willing to get it if we could find one. Let's see how we can try to do this to not mess it up. Anyhow, there's the underside of a 1988 Country Squire dashboard. So Country Squire, Ford LTD, Crown Victoria, they're all gonna be the same. And then I forget what years. They ran a lot of years with that pretty much same one. So
79 to 91.
Yeah, possibly 79 to, well, 90. I know 90 and 91 I think changed the front dash because they had the airbags added in.
Oh, you're right.
So
no, 88.
So about 89.
89 was when they changed the speakers. So about 88 was the last one.
Yeah. So anyhow, if anybody happens to find any, let us know. Hey, here we go. All right. So next thing to do now is actually change the speakers out, and might as well clean up all the debris while we're here. All right. All right. So we are now got passenger speaker out. Forgot to record, so I'm gonna try and record. We got two of the screws out of the driver's speaker, and we're gonna attempt to take out this third speaker here so we can see what we're looking at. So tight fit. So you definitely, if you're doing this, unless you want to pull your windshield out, get some kind of a small ratcheting type screwdriver. Thought I heard a cow in the background there. Somebody was having a cow. Aha. Anyways, I'm gonna do that. Get that screw out of there. And listen carefully. Of course now I can't hear no more. Sorry for that slight distraction. Thought I heard a cow and a rooster. All right, we're dropping screws again, but thankfully that didn't go anywhere. And so now we're gonna pull the speaker out. Okay, now let's try. I'm gonna get this pulled up. Oh, that came up a little bit easier than the passenger side one did. And let's see over here. The, of course, magnet wants to stick to the metal dashboard. This little clip here, we'll have to pull that off and pull the speaker out. All right, so it takes 2 hands there for at least to get the clip started. So I had to pause the video while I did that. Now, I'm gonna do this with 2 hands. It would be easier. But okay, speaker's out, and yep, just like all the others, original Ford speaker. Really doesn't look to be in bad shape, but they were crackly. That one over there wasn't sounding at all. So Timothy's currently putting in a wiring harness adapter, and then we're gonna see if the speaker works at least, so we can make sure to check wiring, because since like I said, that one didn't work at all. And then we're gonna figure out how to mount them. So, sorry, Goose is in the way. But we're gonna try to figure out how to mount that and everything, but we're gonna check them first, make sure they're gonna work, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we got the speakers wired in. Just like I said, just a little adapter, and then connects it right into the factory wiring, so you don't have to do any splicing. You can always return it back to original somehow if you want. Now, any music you hear, we do not have copyright to, so we won't play very long. We're just testing the speakers out.
Can you close the door?
That one working? Timothy's trying to get in the Christmas mood a little early, sorry. Alright, we're going to check this out and come back. Okay, so we've tested them out, they work. Now we just got to figure out how to mount speakers. Seeing as how the new ones are 4-hole, the old ones are 3-hole. So we've got to figure out some kind of a mounting system to make this work. So stay tuned. We'll figure something out. We may just have to just put 1 or 2 screws in there and hope for the best. We'll see. Oh, and let me say that we did look up mounting brackets for it, and unfortunately nobody makes them anymore. They're all out of stock. So in the meantime, like I said, we'll have to figure this out. But we got speakers. Sounds better. Okay, so we've got speakers in with a little bit of double-sided tape. Hold it in place along with 1 screw. Should be good to go to hold. We're going to find out. So now we're getting ready to put the dashboard back in. So I'm going to put a little bit of insulation in there so it kind of keeps it quiet. And then we're going to put the dashboard on. Stay tuned. All right, so we got the dash pushed back in place. Most of the insulation, of course. Actually, you know what? We probably should put those speaker grills on there.
You think they'll fit?
It looks like we got enough room, at least on this one. And that would at least keep stuff from falling into your speakers and damaging them.
There should be enough room.
So, okay, well, I guess we're going to take the dashboard back off and try to put the grills on and see what that does. Okay, well, it's late. Dashboard is installed with new speakers, with grills, sounding much better. Couple of screws in place where they should be, some not so much. And with that, I'm going to close this episode because I am now officially the worst dad ever, because I dropped three, count them, screws into the defroster vents. One earlier, and then two still trying to put this back together. So now we're gonna have to come back later and fish those out somehow. So unfortunately, it was me that did all of them. And you would think I would have learned, but still somehow or another, slippery hands, very tight, trying to get those in there. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of 3 Blue Trucks.